What the heck just happened, Suns fans? Holy crap. Guys, before I react to this, I just want to let you know, I sort of had a busy morning. I was off to a slow start. And I was actually on a call with something that, somebody reached out to me, and I'll tell you the details of that later. And I had to kind of interrupt that call and say, oh my God, dude, Damian Lillard just got traded and Deandre Ayton was in the trade. And I don't know what my name is right now. I don't know. We are going to react to this in live time. So if you don't necessarily get the best analysis here, it's because I am just processing this in live time. Let me just start by saying this. The Deandre Ayton era in Phoenix is over. Let me just say that one more time, everybody. The Deandre Ayton era is over in Phoenix. And I guess you can say, we can talk about it later. I'm sure I'm going to do live shows and videos about it. But I think you can say it ended in disappointment. I think we need to remember that Deandre Ayton was the very first number 1 overall pick in Phoenix Suns history. And he is now with the Portland Trailblazers. So again, you guys, I don't know what my name is right now. I'm freaking out. We're going to look at some tweets here. And I'll just say this. I was texting a friend of mine. Shout out to my guy, DJ Ocho. And he asked me, is this even a good trade? And I said, it feels underwhelming. And maybe I'll be eating my own words later on. But I really do believe that. This trade feels a little underwhelming. Probably, though, in all fairness, though, probably it feels underwhelming just because there was so much buildup and smoke screens, if you will, because, one day we're going to be getting Caleb Martin, and the next day we're going to be getting OG Anunoby, and the next day we're going to be getting this player and that player. That's why I didn't believe a lot of the rumors that were coming out. That's why I called a lot of BS on those rumors. And I might sound salty, I might sound bitter, but it's true. I called a lot of BS on so many of those rumors. Not really calling out the people necessarily, because I don't know if they have sources or not. But I called out a lot of these like kind of fake trades, or going to the trade machine and coming up with some great trades. Okay, let me catch my breath. Do me a favor, everybody. Crush the like button. Absolutely. Crush that like button. That's the best way to support me, and also just to keep watching. Let me take a sip of my energy drink, brought to you by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, because he sponsors these or whatever. This will help keep me focused. So before I take a sip of this, though, I guess cheers to the end of the Deandre Ayton Suns era. Cheers. It still hasn't hit me that Deandre Ayton has now been traded. And that's what we're going to go over. So let me just share my screen. Let's go to Twitter. And yes, I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't call it X because that's just stupid. Let me just pull up these tweets and we will react to this. So let's start with the man that broke the news. Excuse me, guys. My throat, I was clearing my throat there. All right, let's see. Let's start with the man that broke the news here. Holy crap, my notifications are just blowing up. Thank you to everybody that reached out to me on Twitter and Instagram, by the way. All right, y'all, here it is. Let's just pull up this tweet. This one's a lot better. Give me a second here, guys. One-man show here. One-man show. All right, here it is. By the way, you guys, real quick, just so you guys know, I do have a part-time job on top of this YouTube stuff, and I do have to get out of here around 2:20 my time-ish. Just letting you guys know. So this might be maybe not even an hour long, but you guys know I'm going to be doing probably a second live show and videos and YouTube shorts All right. Here was the initial tweets that broke the news. This was 28 minutes ago. Breaking news. The Portland Trailblazers, I almost said Phoenix Suns. The Portland Trailblazers are trading Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. Lillard and Giannis and Chris Middleton. Lillard goes to Milwaukee as part of a 3-team deal with Jrue Holiday, Deandre Ayton, rookie Toumani Camara, who was the 58th pick for the Suns, a 2029 unprotected Milwaukee first. I'm trying to fully process this trade. We're going to react to another tweet that sums it up. But here's what Phoenix gets. Phoenix lands Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen. We got Grayson Allen, probably the most hated player in the NBA outside of like Dylan Brooks and Pat Bev. Nazar Little, who, real quick, if you want some, quote, analysis, sort of, I believe Nazar Little is actually a really good player when he's healthy. The problem is he hasn't stayed healthy. I think he's a former lottery pick. That dude plays with passion, man. And then we got Keon Johnson. I don't really know much about him, but wow, I'm blown away, man. So let's react to a couple other tweets. And you guys are going to see everything that's popping up on my screen. So hopefully nothing bad pops up. All right, so here's how Sham Charania summed it up. What's going on? Why isn't my Twitter working? Probably because Twitter's blowing up right now and it's not working. So Sham Charania sums it up like this. Portland, Milwaukee, and Phoenix have agreed to a 3-team trade. Bucks get Damian Lillard. Suns get Yusuf Nurkic. Blazers get Deandre Ayton. And I don't know, you guys, I just kind of feel like it's a little underwhelming in a way. Because here's the thing. I understand the names that are coming back in this trade. I get it. I really do. But first off, do we even have enough roster spots here? And some of these guys are going to have to scrap and claw. Campaign just tweeted out the eyes emoji, by the way. That's hilarious. Some of these guys are going to have to literally scratch and claw and fight for a roster spot. You can only have 15 roster spots during the regular season. So Woj says the Blazers remain engaged elsewhere on deals and are expected to immediately engage contending teams on trade talks to move on from Jrue Holiday, sources tell ESPN. Portland is committed to its young group of talented guards. So they're going to move on from Jrue Holiday. That makes actually a lot of sense. So now that's the newest trade rumor. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a photo of Dame and Giannis, photoshopped by ESPN. That means this trade probably was in the works because, I know nothing about Photoshop, but that's a pretty quick Photoshop right there. Wow. Let's try to keep the Suns focused. Let's just try to do that. And again, I'm going to need some time to fully process this, y'all. So, okay. So Deandre Ayton's gone. Toumani Camara's gone. Did we trade anybody else? Who else is... I don't even know who's on our team anymore. Okay, so yeah, it's just Deandre Ayton, Toumani Camara. Okay. So that's now 2 roster spots. But then we brought in, 4 guys? Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nazar Little, Keon Johnson. So if I'm pretty terrible at math, you guys know that, but that sounds like a lot of roster spots. So is there going to be another trade that's going to happen for the Phoenix Suns? By the way, I don't want to sound like somebody who has sources because I am not. I know nobody. I don't know anybody yet. But I will say this. I had a little birdie, a good friend of mine, tell me that this trade was going to happen. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, that doesn't matter now. It's in the past. Deandre Ayton is now a member of the Portland Trailblazers. So even though I just said we were going to keep this Suns focus real quick, let's just talk about the Blazers for a minute. So now they have Scoot Henderson, who, look, I'm not a draft expert here, but that dude is a athletic freak. Could be a really good player one day. We'll see. And they also got somebody who I think is really popular. If you're like a hardcore basketball fan and you've been paying attention, Shaden Sharp. Who else am I forgetting that they have? And now they got Deandre Ayton and Tamari Kamara, who looked really good in Summer League. So, they have a young core. They finally traded Damian Lillard. The Damian Lillard trade is over. Ooh, and real quick, you guys, this reminds me. We've obviously seen a couple people get signed, like Kelly Oubre. Rudy Gay just signed with the Warriors. But what's exciting about this is now, hopefully the James Harden stuff gets resolved and he gets traded, because he apparently is not going to be at Media Day. But the good thing is, now that this trade has happened, we can finally see more free agents get signed and maybe other teams start trading with each other. It's like preseason doesn't start, at least for the Suns, until October 6th. But it feels like basketball season is officially back now. So, as my guy DJ Ocho says right here, Booker is the only player from the bubble left. The only bubble player left. The DeAndre Ayton era is over. And guys, you were getting my live reaction. When I say I'm not even joking, when I say I don't know what my name is, I really don't know what my name is. CJ McCollum just tweeted, Suns got Nas Nurk with a shooter. Sheesh. That was CJ McCollum. Just tweeted that out. I don't even know my name. Real quick, you guys, I made a promise to a good friend of mine, so I do have to send an invite link, and then I also might get somebody else on. But I just wanted to kind of react in live time, you guys. Kind of give you guys my reaction. We're still going to be diving into this trade. We're still going to be reacting to it. I'm trying just to calm down here, but I just cannot believe DeAndre Ayton was traded. Real quick, before I get some guests on here, Phoenix serving as the third team will allow Milwaukee to land Dame, and getting worse in the process is certainly a choice. Not a fan of this move at all, says Zona. He's on, he works for, or writes for Bright Side of the Sun and all these other great things. He's a great follow. Evan Sedri, also a great follow on Twitter. Full terms of the Damian Lillard blockbuster. Bucks receive Damian Lillard. Blazers receive Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tamari Kamara. Okay, so those picks are going to the Blazers. That makes a lot of sense. Suns receive Nurkic, Allen, Nazar Little, Keon Johnson. Portland will soon reroute Drew Holiday somewhere else in a separate trade. A massive deal that changes the entirety's NBA landscape for little contenders. That's Evan Sedri. Good follow right there. I highly recommend following him. Bobby Mark says, Holiday has a player option for next season. He is eligible to sign a 4-year, $223 million extension. What the heck? That date gets pushed back further if he is traded to another team. Holy cow, you guys. Look, obviously I'm assuming a good chunk of us in the chat right now are all Suns fans. So I'm going to try to keep this live show Suns heavy. But this really is more about Damian Lillard, the Bucks and all that. But I will say this, before we get a couple guests on here, I will say this. The people that had these sources like Flex from Jersey, Gambo, a couple of my friends who told me about this trade, they were right about this, that the trade obviously was going to happen, but they were right about that there needed to be a third or fourth team. You know what I mean? That was 110% correct. So real quick, you guys, give me 1 second here. Let me just send a quick invite because I promised somebody that I would let them join, because, we'll tell you guys why I'm bringing this guest on in a minute. You guys can totally see what's going on right now. Give me a second here, you guys. One-man show here. My apologies. All right, give me a second. Ooh. Let me know this, you guys. I have a question for you. I don't even know what's going on right now. I don't even know what my name is. Give me a second here to breathe, y'all. Give me a second here. Oh boy, give me a second. I'm sorry, guys. One man show here. I need to get like a producer here that can help me out. All right, let's see. My dogs are barking. Okay. What is going on with my life? What's going on here? All right. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So, what is my name? What is going on? Sorry for the dead air. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. All right. my stream's looking really laggy. So if it's laggy, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. All right, y'all. So while we're waiting for a guest who I promised would be on here, let's keep the Suns focused here, because I don't want to sit here and pretend like I'm an expert on the, you know, what the Milwaukee Bucks are doing and what the Blazers are doing. Although I think it's pretty simple what the Blazers are doing. You know, they're obviously rebuilding. And you know, some rebuilds take more time than others. So maybe Portland in a few years could be really good. Maybe they'll like overachieve this year. I don't know. All right. So let's talk about the Suns for a minute. And again, I'm fully trying to process this. Deandre Ayton played 5 seasons with the Phoenix Suns, I believe. We're going to look up his basketball reference page. Played 5 seasons with the Phoenix Suns. Was pretty much a walking double-double. You know, even on sometimes his worst days, he would still pretty much get a double-double. And before I bring on my next guest, we're just gonna pull up his basketball reference page, kind of talk about Deandre Ayton. We'll get my guest on here in a couple minutes, and then I might have another guest on. And then if we have time, because I do got to go to work soon, maybe we'll get a couple of you on. Maybe we'll do a second show later tonight, do like a reaction show. We'll see. My stream is frozen. What is going on with my life? You guys see what I'm looking at here. It's frozen. I don't know what's going on. All right. Okay. Share this tab instead. Are we still live? What's going on here? Rob says lag. Yeah, we're really lagging over here, y'all. Are we still live? What's going on? Someone tell me if we're good over here. Okay, thank you, DJ Ocho. I didn't know what was going on. Audio's fine, video's lag. Thank you, Tate. All right, y'all. So hopefully y'all can see this, but oh my God, why is this lagging? So frustrating when it lags, y'all. All right, cool. So here's Deandre Ayton's page, whether you can see me or not. Deandre Ayton played 5 seasons with the Phoenix Suns. His only like achievement, if you will, was having, well, really 2 achievements. Was having a really good, you know, playoff run, finals run, all that stuff. Super Mario Hoop says Dame must be hacking your audio. That's hilarious. So, you know, he had a really good run throughout the playoffs, NBA Finals run, and we really started to see that potential in Deandre Ayton. We said, this is the Deandre Ayton we've been waiting for. Deandre Ayton has arrived, et cetera, et cetera. But really the only achievement, like award, if you will, was a 2018-19 All-Rookie team. And I believe he won like a couple Player of the Weeks, if I remember correctly. But that seems like a lifetime ago. And now that I'm kind of gathering my thoughts here, I'm going to kind of say the Suns Geek cliche thing that I always say here, but I really do mean this. and I want you guys to hear me out here. I know that this trade seems a little underwhelming, and I'm right there with you guys. But we are in a completely different era of Suns basketball right now. We have a new owner, new coach, new coaches, a new owner who is dedicated towards winning and is doing so many great things on and off the court to allow more Suns fans and Mercury fans to watch the games. We just traded, in February, traded for Kevin Durant. We just got Bradley Beal. We had an incredible offseason. So I'm going to say the Suns Geek cliche thing here, and I really mean this. Trust in the Phoenix Suns, and here's why. Despite whether you guys are a fan of this, despite whether you guys are a fan of this trade or not, and maybe I'll be eating my words one day, I believe that we can't really judge this trade until we see what this team looks like. Because even before this trade, it was really hard to judge, who's going to win this trade, or not who's going to win this trade, who's going to win this game, what's the Suns offense going to look like? Are the Suns going to be good on defense? It was hard to judge that because we haven't seen what this team looks like. So that's why I'm trying to trust this trade. And I mean that, you guys. I'm trying to trust this trade because we have new ownership. We have, James Jones running the helm and everything, and all of his guys and women. And then we have a new coaching staff. We have 3 superstars in Booker, KD, Beal. We have a solid bench, and you could argue that bench got better in a way. And we traded away a 25-year-old who, is sort of tough you don't know what you're going to get out of him night in and night out. So let me address one quick super chat, then we'll bring on my guest here. Classy Nasty with a $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that, man. I'm still in shock. Same here. That's why, to be honest with you guys, I'm not trying to justify this, but I don't even know what's going on right now. And that's why I need to bring on somebody who can kind of help process this, and maybe he'll reveal some stuff that he heard prior to this. So I'm going to bring on Suns Worldwide. You guys might know him from Instagram. Hopefully he's here. I don't know if he's here right now. It's probably lagging and everything. Suns Worldwide runs an Instagram account. Got a nice following over there. Big Suns fan. Can you hear me, Suns Worldwide? Are we live? I don't know if he's in here. Okay, well, we'll keep going. I'll keep going with my thoughts, and hopefully when he's back, we'll bring him on because he's a good guy. He's been on the show before, and yeah. So, okay, so he disconnected. All right. I see one comment here from Sammy who says, our bench was awful. Last year was awful. Again, before the Deandre Ayton trade even happened, our bench got better. And that's where I'm sort of going to kind of defend this trade because, I said this from day one, man. Nurkic isn't as bad as a lot of Suns Twitter is making him out to be. And again, I don't know what they're going to do with Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen does not seem like a James Jones kind of guy. And, again, Nazar Little, when he's healthy, if he does stay on this team, really solid player when he's healthy. And then, I don't know much about Keon Johnson, but so again, you guys, you're just kind of getting my reaction in live time here. I'm trying to bring on a guest, but it looks like we're having some connection issues here. I think our team got a little better, but I feel like a lot of the conversation is going to be, know what, guys? Give me a second here. I gotta just see if we're even live. Can someone let me know if we're live? Because my internet is messing up right now. Trying to bring a guest on, and his internet keeps freezing. Can you hear me, Sons Worldwide?
Yeah, I hear you. You're good for me.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
So, yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, DJ Ocho, for letting me know. Sorry, guys. You got to remember, like, Sons Worldwide, you know this because you do a lot of Instagram live shows. You have everything in front of you, and you can't see yourself. You know, like it's right. Really hard to do these live shows. All right, y'all, give me a second here. Okay, so like I said, you guys, Sons Worldwide on Instagram is joining the show. You know, I promised that I would bring you on, man, because we've been talking. You know, you've been on the live shows before, and you also were one of those people who kind of gave me a little inside information there. So, Sons Worldwide, what was your reaction? What were you doing before the trade happened? Were you freaking out like me? Do you have any insight here? Have you heard anything else? Like, is there another trade on the horizon? What do you know, man? Talk to us here. I don't even know.
So pretty much, I just got out of school at like 1:30. I didn't even know anything was happening until I got to my car, and I check, and I have like 25 Twitter notifications.
Yeah, same here.
And it says Damian Lillard got traded. I'm like, well,
there it is.
I know Deandre Ayton's a part of this, and I see Milwaukee because I just saw that Damian Lillard got moved. I didn't see what team.
Right.
And I was like, well, can I swear?
Yeah, go for it.
I was like, fuck, he's going to Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then I pretty much just rushed to get a post out. Then as I was driving home, I hopped on Instagram Live and just kind of voiced some of my opinions real quick.
Yep, I saw you live, yeah.
Honestly, it's not really a shock factor. It's just who we got, because everything I was told, none of these players were even a part of it.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I did hear Keon Johnson and Nasir Little. I heard that was an option, but mainly what I was told was there could have been a trade with Indiana for TJ McConnell, someone else.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
And even heard OG Anunoby, which was who I really wanted, but yeah. And now we have Grayson Allen, which I do like Grayson. I think our guard depth is really great now if Jordan Goodwin does pan out really good. So just kind of seeing what happens.
Real quick, Sons Worldwide, I appreciate the insight, and I'm right there with you, but I do have to address this. And I understand not every Suns fan is going to probably think like we do, but this is a little bit of an overreaction. I'm not trying to call out this individual here, but when you say the words Ishbia sucks, I have to address it. Matt Ishbia does not suck. This man has done everything and more, has spent millions of dollars changing our team, making fans, even the casual fans, and just people of Arizona to be able to watch the games. Blazers didn't rob us. This trade isn't as bad as it looks on the surface, even though I did say it was underwhelming. Sorry, no disrespect, Jose, but that's, no. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of like I said, you guys. It's, how do I say this? The Deandre Ayton era is over. And it is, how do I word this properly? It has remained to be seen if the Suns lost this trade. It has remained to be seen, to be determined. Because, and I will say it over and over and over again, you guys will get so sick of me saying it. The reason that this trade is to be determined in terms of, who won the trade, etc., is because we do not know what this team is going to look like. And I think it was like Ron Wolfley and all them over at Arizona Sports talking about this. And look, I'm not trying to come up with any theories. I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but I kind of wonder if maybe maybe like Matt Ishbia and James Jones and all them called Booker, called KD, and said, hey, you know, the Damian Lillard rumors are flying and Deandre Ayton's in these rumors. Do you want Deandre Ayton on this team? I wonder if that happened. I wonder if that was a real phone call that took place. You know what I mean? And I got to give like credit to Arizona Sports and all them for talking about that, because I heard them like on one of their things talking about it. It's true. You know, I really wonder if that, kind of like with Kevin Durant. Like,
all right, I'm back.
Yeah, I know you're kind of in and out, but I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here. Do you kind of agree with that? Did you even hear any of that? Like, do you think maybe
with all those guys having an input?
Yeah, like, because I guarantee you before the Kevin Durant trade happened, guarantee you they called Booker and said, hey, we're trading Bridges, we're trading this guy, and, you know, let's what do you think about that? Do you think like that's just a cliche thing, or do you think it didn't happen? I don't know, man.
I think 100% KD and Book both received a phone call about DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
We probably will never even hear anything about that until like Book's retired and goes on like a podcast maybe.
Yep.
But yeah, I think 100% there was a phone call exchange between both of them for sure. It may have been a group call. Who knows?
Exactly. So, you know, Suns Worldwide, you know, again, you know, I'm bringing you on here. You run an Instagram page and you've been on the show before. You knew a little bit about this because you had some sources and everything. And, you know, I appreciate you sharing some info with me and some names that you've heard. So, you know, Suns fans are going to they're going to have their thoughts about this. I'm sure you and I will probably have different thoughts in like 24 hours, 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I know you might have already answered this, but like, how are you feeling? Like, do you think we got better? Do you think this is like a win-win? And you know what, if you want, how do you feel about Dame and Giannis? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to see them in the finals again? I know I'm throwing a lot of questions at you, but I'm spitballing here.
One part that I'm really like crushed about is Toumani Camara being traded to Portland. Portland got to steal out of him.
Facts.
If he was doing like what he was doing in the summer league with Phoenix, he's gonna pan out. He's gonna be a bucket over there, be a great role player. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, I really want to see Ayton at least until the deadline with Vogel. I wanted to see at least maybe half a season. I wanted to see half a season with Vogel. Many of you I know were in my comments saying, "Get him the fuck out of here!" But I wanted Ayton for half a season. Nurkic, I will say this: I did check like the matchups when Ayton did go up against Nurkic, and Nurkic did get the upper hand of those battles on the boards.
Preach.
That did happen. I know Nurkic doesn't average double-digit boards. He didn't last year. And injury might be a question because I don't know how many games he played. 40, we'll say. There's definitely some questions, but one thing I will say about the deal is Nurkic is the player the Suns need at the moment, and Ayton was the player that we needed a couple years ago. Like, we don't need another star power player.
I love how you summed that up. Can you just repeat that again? That was beautiful, man.
Nurkic is the player that we need at the moment to win a champ, but Ayton is the player we needed a few years ago because, you know, we didn't have Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant. You know, we didn't have those guys. And even when Chris Paul was here, I mean, we needed Ayton more. That's when we needed Ayton to show up the most. This is the year that we needed a grit and grind type of player, and we don't need DeAndre Ayton because I guarantee you Ayton's not going to be cool at taking like maybe 5 shots a game. Because his points, I think he's averaging 18 and 10 last year. He was going to have to take a significant amount of like a decrease of shots and more of a grit and grind type of guy.
Right.
And I think that could have even decreased his value even more. So trading him right now is probably a good thing.
So you just had a lot of great insight and opinion on there. I love how you worded that. I know Monty Williams always said that, you know, well done is better than well said, but you know what? Well said on your part.
Well said.
Leading up to all of this, like when the rumors really started flying, Suns Worldwide, and we were having our chats and everything. And by the way, I hope you don't mind me, revealing
I
our
don't care.
secrets and all that. I mean, it's over now.
Tell them
So it
everything.
doesn't matter, But
Tell them everything.
I was reading a lot of articles, man. I was reading articles from, Phoenix Suns people and from other, writers and all that who don't cover the Suns, because I wanted to kind of see how certain perspectives were looking.
I was checking Portland, a lot of Portland pages.
Exactly. And like I was looking up certain trades and all that. And I know I'm kind of going on the other side of the road here, but you did mention Deandre Ayton being even under Frank Vogel for half of a season. That is something I really, it's even kind of like, this is sort of a bad example, but like, I'm glad we traded for Kevin Durant and everything, but like maybe giving Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson and all that, maybe like one more year, just saying.
Yeah.
And again, I know I'm going on the other side of the street with this, but I want to pull up a quote that I screenshotted long before this trade happened. I think this was at Frank Vogel's presser, or it might have been when he was talking to the radio and all that afterwards. This is interesting here. This is what Frank Vogel said on Deandre Ayton. He's one of the best two-way centers in the game. I think obviously he's going to be a defensive anchor for us. I've long utilized his skill set in my defensive scheme to build a dominant defense, and I think he can do that. And I think there's a lot we can untap offensively with him as well. So he's a pivotal part of what we're going to accomplish this year. I don't know why, man. That quote just like sticks out to me. And Frank Vogel was even saying stuff like, yeah, we'll get him more touches and all that. And we're really excited.
Yeah.
And this and that. And now it's all just, I mean, this conversation isn't really going to go away. Like in 25 games from now or whatever, we'll still be talking about what if with Deandre Ayton, and Deandre Ayton's looking like this in Portland and yada, yada, yada.
I do kind of have multiple opinions on that quote. Because I mean, from the start off, I guess one obvious point, I guess Frank Vogel's not just going to go on there and trash Ayton. I mean, he kind of has to hype him up.
True.
But like you said, could have been a great two-way player. It's just there's the what if.
Yeah.
And if the Suns don't even make the finals this year, that's going to be a big what if. Is what if we tried out Ayton for half a season at least? And just Ayton's going to do good in Portland because he's the second option on the team, second or third behind Scoot and Drew. He's finally going to be able to try and be a star player.
Still there. Drew's probably going to get traded.
Right. He kind of maybe he'll go to Miami. Who knows?
Ooh.
Drew to Miami. Could see it.
Dude,
maybe.
You just reminded me. The Miami Heat did not trade for Damian Lillard. I didn't even think about that till you said it.
They weren't even a part of the deal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What the heck, man?
They probably are in play. I bet Drew Holiday ends up in Miami. I kind of have a feeling. And I think Cameron Payne, former Phoenix Sun free agent, I think he'll either end up in Milwaukee or Miami. I've been saying this. I think Miami or Milwaukee.
I don't know if you saw this, but he tweeted out the eyes emoji when Ayton got traded.
Yeah.
So good, man. The Bucks.
So I think Milwaukee.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, man.
Especially because I lost guard depth too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm trying to fully process, like one of your first reactions was, we traded Tamari Kamara. They got a steal. One of my first reactions was, holy crap, Grayson Allen, of all people, is a Phoenix Sun. Dude, I don't care if you had like a million sources or if you had one source. I don't believe you or I heard that. Like, I don't think Gambo heard that or anybody, dude. Like, that is insane. I don't know much about Grayson Allen except for, and look, I'm not a college basketball fan at all, but he was widely hated in college. But I will say this, he plays hard, and DJ Ocho's in the chat. He says he's a career 40% 3-point shooter. Like, I
was going to say that. Yeah. Good shit, DJ.
But then again, there's that kind of infamous last minute shot. I think it was this year in the first round. He just decided to be the hero and take the ball up and flip it up, and he missed. And I don't know. I just hope he doesn't bring any controversy to our team.
one thing, it's kind of like Grayson Allen. I kind of view him like Patrick Beverly. You hate going against him, but you love him if he's on your team. I think he's a mad dog player that we need on this team. Like, I like that. He's like Jay Crowder. He was our mad dog. I feel like Jay Crowder was that guy. He's in Milwaukee now. But now we have that back with Grayson Allen. Kind of a dirty player, which gives people just another reason to hate the Suns even more. But I'm gonna like Grayson. I think he's gonna be a fan favorite, and I will be getting my jersey if he somehow doesn't get. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited.
Speaking of that, and I don't know why I'm so high on this player. It's probably just because I watched like you know how like NBA TV and all that, they do this like quick little 5-minute documentary. I'm putting documentary in quotations, but I saw this thing on Nazar Little, and it was pretty much talking about his injury history. But like when he's healthy, the dude can play. And again, I don't really know too much about him, but been in the league for a little bit now. Injuries, but you know, kind of like with Grayson Allen, man. I feel like him and Grayson Allen are going to be those kind of like a Javon Carter in a way. And by that, I mean, they're going to work Bradley Beal, Booker, and KD in practice. They're going to work them. You know what I mean? They're going to be picking up 94 feet. They're going to be annoying. There's probably going to be some like, we probably won't hear about it, but might be some scuffles in practice. You know what I mean? And that's what this team needs, man. And
that's definitely what we need.
You know, again, that goes back to the Jay Crowders and the Javon Carters of the past, even Chris Paul. You know, I'm sure there was lots of scuffles and trash talk with those three guys. So if that's what James Jones and Matt Ishbia and Frank Vogel are looking for, because again, I'm going back to the Frank Vogel presser. He said, like, we're going to compete every single night. You know what I mean? And I know that's kind of a cliche thing of coaches to say, but the way that Frank Vogel put it, I believed it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I like Frank a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just my rant on Nazar Little. Maybe I'm overhyping it. Again, maybe you and I will both be eating our words, but look, man,
probably.
Look, man, I know that you've been hearing more things than I have. I'm sure Gambo and all of them have been hearing more, but I wonder if maybe there's a second trade or some kind of a move on the horizon. Because I said this at the very start of the show, man. How many roster spots is that? We can't bring all these guys in. I don't believe it.
That's been in like the back of my head this whole time, because we gave up 2 and we gained like Grayson Allen, Nurkic, Keon Johnson, Mr. Little.
Yeah.
I don't know what that puts us at exactly, because I don't know if we have all of our 2-way contracts used up. I think we have Saban on a 2-way.
Yeah, Saban's there.
That might be the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, Udoka.
You can bring on. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. You can bring on 3 this year, so you know somebody.
So maybe one of them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious if Ish Wainwright is on the roster at the start of the season. I think his job is up for competition.
In all fairness to Ish Wainwright, though, I think a lot of these guys' jobs are, you know, and I kind of said that at the start of the show, man. And I'm not trying to pick on Ish Wainwright here, but I think a lot of these dudes need to be in the gym like right now, you know. Even like a Keon Johnson or a Grayson Allen, because, you know, I kind of feel like if you don't work on this team, if you don't have the vision that Frank Vogel and all them are bringing, you're gone, man. I kind of get that vibe with this team.
There's the door.
Yeah. And I feel like we couldn't really say that, you know, with all due respect to Monty. I feel like we couldn't really say that in the past.
Monty's he's a softie.
Yeah. Real quick, Suns Worldwide. I can maybe go live for about another like 5 minutes ish, because I do have a second job I got to get to. But you know, probably going to be doing another live show tonight or tomorrow. By the way, you guys, Media Day is October 2nd, Monday. I'll be going live then.
Next Monday.
And it's going to be crazy, because whether or not Deandre Ayton was there, with all these trade rumors, Media Day was going to be insane.
It was going to be crazy.
So I guess we'll kind of just do some final thoughts here, man, and then we'll kind of just wrap everything up. Again, man, I don't even know what my name is right now. I'm going to be so distracted at work later, and I guess just what are your final thoughts, man? I mean, this is just our initial reaction. Your opinion is just as good as mine. How you feeling,
man? Very discombobulated right now. That's the word I'm looking for. Even
that's a good way to put it.
I don't even know what time it is. I think I'm at home. Man.
Yep.
And honestly, just let's see what happens. That's all I can say, really. I mean, maybe I don't know.
I'm glad you said that, actually, because I've been kind of pushing this throughout the live show, and I will probably say it over and over again. We just don't know, Suns fans. We don't know.
Yeah. We have no idea.
We haven't even seen Bradley Beal dribble a basketball yet for the Suns. You know what I mean? The preseason hasn't even started. So let's just relax here. Let's calm down. Let's see what happens with some of these roster spots, and we can judge then, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, let's see what James Jones says on media day, and let's see what Frank Vogel says. Maybe they'll be like, yeah, we're going to have Grayson Allen do this, and we're going to have Yusuf Nurkic do this, and X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah,
relax, Suns fans. Take a deep breath. Even myself, after I'm off work, man, I'm going to kind of do a little research here on some of these guys. I'm going to see how many roster spots we have, you know, and I don't know. But Suns Worldwide, I appreciate you, man. I know that, you know, I promised you a spot here because you were nice enough to tell me some information there, and I really do appreciate it. So later on, I'll make sure to leave your Instagram link down below, but you have a great Suns page. You're consistently posting Suns content. So do you want to tell people, you know, what you do on Suns Worldwide, and, you know, just tell people about you, man?
Pretty much whatever Geek does on YouTube, I do it on Instagram. Little funny fact. I posted a video literally hours ago. I don't know if you saw it, of Deandre Ayton and like Devin Booker, like after one of the Western Conference Finals games. And I was like 23 unbothered.
Yep.
And yeah, he's traded. So dude, if you want to get teased by me, go drop a follow.
Dude, I know that this is easy to say now, but when you posted that, I'm not even kidding you, I was like, something's going to happen. I was sitting in my backyard playing with my dogs. And when you posted that, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, something's going to happen. So before we get out of here, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just genuinely like, I wanted to see what these, I was thinking about the good times of booking Ayton, and I wanted to see what was going to happen. And now it's over.
Before we get out of here, I don't know if you can see the screen right now, but Damian Lillard just tweeted this out. The casuals won't be addressed, but the Trailblazers fans in the city of Portland that I love truly will be ... and they will be addressed truthfully. Stay tuned. Damian Lillard just tweeted that out. Holy crap.
I wonder what Aiden's going to tweet.
Excited for my next chapter at Bucks. Yeah. So before we get out of here, I know I keep saying that. Ayton, I don't know, man. He's not, like, he is on social and he does see all of our stuff, but
oh yeah, I know Ayton's seen all my stuff.
Maybe he'll post like a cliche like, thank you, Phoenix, for the last 5 years.
I doubt it.
But
I'm honestly gonna take the over on this and say Deandre Ayton doesn't post anything or even address that. I think Ayton hates us more than Suns fans hate him. So yeah, it's good for Ayton too, I guess, that he's gone. Yeah. I guess mentally, just take another step, just fresh slate in Portland. I'm excited to see what Ayton does. I really am. I was Dama. I can't really make a cool little quote out of that. I was a believer in Ayton. I wasn't a Daman hater. I wasn't Dama hating on him. But yeah, just stay tuned, see what happens, and if you're new here, drop a subscribe to Suns Geek right now.
Please subscribe to Suns Geek. Go follow Suns Worldwide. And, you know, Suns Worldwide, thank you for letting me kind of decompress while you were talking, because my internet was lagging and I was just, I didn't even know my name. I didn't know what was going on. But thank you again, man. We'll have to get you back on the show sometime soon. But Suns fans, sure. I hate to cut this short, but I do have a second part-time job. You know, I got to pay the bills, you know, keep the lights on here. But I will be back soon, y'all. Got some things planned. That's all I'm going to say. And it's going to be a crazy, great season, y'all. Fingers crossed. You guys already know the drill. If it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. And if it has to deal with the Suns, Suns Worldwide is going to post about it. So go follow him. Check him out on IG. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. At one point, we had like 200 people in here. We still got 145. Yeah. You guys are amazing. I know there's a lot of right there. I know there's a lot of Suns channels and podcasts nowadays, but you guys are amazing for sticking with me, y'all. Thank you for letting me just react how I reacted. Yeah. You know what I mean? Same with you. That's awesome. Suns Worldwide. That's what my audience does. You guys are the best. Right. I really mean that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. God bless. Y'all stay safe. And we'll probably see you guys soon. I'll probably be doing a second live show soon. So, and before we get out of here, Suns Worldwide, I have to play the final Ayton drop. I made this like last season and during the playoffs. So we got to play it one last time. Then we'll play the outro. If you can stick around in the stream afterwards for a couple minutes. So yeah, but on that note, I'm out of here, Suns fans. And yeah, Deandre Ayton. The Deandre Ayton era is over. Damian Lillard is now Milwaukee Buck, and I don't even know what my name is. So, yeah, peace out. God bless you guys, and go.
The Phoenix Suns select Deandre Ayton.
Or at least I thought I was out of here because my internet's not working.